The Galapagos Science Center is a partnership between the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill and Universidad San Francisco de Quito in Ecuador. We do science across marine, terrestrial, social subsystems for the conservation of Galapagos and to help preserve Galapagos for future generations. And as part of that initiative, we have built a biobank. As our scientists collect samples, they could be plant samples or environmental samples or animal samples, we can put them in the biobank, and over time we can use those to evaluate for all sorts of relationships amongst different species, long-term trends and evolution studies, studies of contaminants over time, and have all of this preserved.
So the first step is you have to get the sample and move it with all its information here into the lab. And then there's a specific receiving procedure where the metadata from the sample are put into a software tool, and that software then assigns a specific identifier to it. And it prints a little label, like a barcode you see at the grocery store. That label is then attached to the tube. That label contains information about a specific place. It's in a box with a bunch of other samples. Then that box is assigned to a rack, and then those racks are put inside that ultra cold freezer. It's minus 80 degrees Celsius, so it's very, very cold.
Ha sido muy difícil implementar el biobanco porque uno tiene que traer instrumentos del ultracongelador a menos 80, todos los tubitos, las cajas desde el continente, a veces hay que traer desde afuera del Ecuador. Entonces el que llegue acá, el que logremos tener un cuarto aislado de las condiciones ambientales, el implementar el software, el tener todo listo, aunque parece simple, implica un montón de trabajo que va caminando poco a poco. Y estamos muy felices de haber conseguido la primera fase de este proyecto, que es comenzar a guardar las muestras de 2 proyectos, y ahora vamos a empezar con nuevas fases que nos van a ayudar a ampliar los objetivos y los intereses que tenemos de que este biobanco represente una muestra representativa de la biodiversidad de Galápagos.
A biobank is important everywhere, but especially in a place like the Galapagos, because here we have all this biodiversity that is endemic, that is unique for the Galapagos. And in a place like Galapagos, where we are so isolated from other locations, saving this data and storing it in the long term is crucial, because we often don't have all the resources to keep sampling, and sometimes it's even impossible or very harsh on the animals to do this resampling all over again and again. What others see only as a tube with some liquid on it, for us that's gold. We see the value behind this tiny little tube.
A key benefit of a biobank is it establishes this thing we call provenance, which is really the history of the item, when, where it was collected, who's handled it, how long it's been here. So that systematic collection of information is very important because it allows you to do things in the future that you can only dream about today.